Okay, so we're going to be talking about doTERRA essential oils and an introduction to the essential oils. So doTERRA has entered into the Indian market just this past year in June, where they had their grand opening in November. So they are officially in India. The market has started with about 40 to 50 essential oils, and they're slowly introducing new essential oils typically every month. So kind of where doTERRA is, the definition of doTERRA is the gift of the earth. And that's where we're going to be talking about holistic lifestyle, holistic living, and how to be able to utilize everything that Mother Nature has to offer. So taking a look at doTERRA today, it is the world's largest essential oil company. It is privately held, where that is important for the consumer because that means that those owners have complete ownership and insight on what is going to be in the products, as well as what is going to be coming in the pipeline. So that's where it's important to make sure that it's a trustworthy company. So when we kind of go into the potential for doTERRA, this is where US, India's population, this is where it is a growing business in India, where doTERRA is an MLM business. However, with that said, doTERRA has the largest retention rate, where most of their customers are just end users. They are not interested in the business, they're only interested in the products. And that in turn speaks for the products themselves. So what is doTERRA's purpose? doTERRA's purpose is basically having essential oils in everyone's home. What makes them unique? One of the biggest uniqueness areas of doTERRA is that they are having different foundations. They have their Healing Hands Foundation, their co-impact sourcing. There's quite a different partnership style that they have with their farmers and with their consumers. So that's one of the main reasons as well why when you're thinking of partnering with a company or utilizing a company's products, you want to take a look at also the sourcing and making sure that these products are being ethically sourced. So this is where doTERRA's culture is very different than a traditional MLM culture when we talk about that. Then this is where doTERRA's vision is also changing the world, one drop, one person, one community at a time. So now jumping into the oils and why doTERRA. So doTERRA is CPTG, and this is a trademark that they have. But what that means is that it is certified, pure, tested grade. There's 100% natural. The essential oil industry is not monitored. So this is where relying on the companies to do third-party testing to show and prove and have that transparency in their essential oils is of utmost importance. And that's where doTERRA is able to be tested and ensured that it is 100% pure, no fillers, no chemicals, no adulteration. And that's where when you're saying that it's going to be safe, so free from pesticides, where when we talk about other essential oils, sometimes they have other fillers, other chemicals, additives that are put into there to either increase the lifespan of an essential oil, increase productivity, increase the end revenue. And that's where you want to make sure that what you're using is actually going to be potent, especially when you're going to be using it for therapeutic purposes. You want to ensure that it is there to be able to be effective. The next thing about doTERRA is their source to you. This is where they have the website, sourcetoyou.com, where you can check your bottle. So on the bottom of each of the bottles, it has a batch number and an expiry date. The website is listed there again, sourcetoyou.com. Take a look there. If you have a bottle of doTERRA's, take a look, see what testing and quality is actually put into each batch, each bottle, so that way you're able to see and identify for your own self to say, okay, I did the research. I know that what I'm getting is 100% pure. Then this is continuing with the co-impact sourcing with doTERRA's essential oils. Where do these essential oils come from? Is that they're helping sustain local farmers from all over the world, wherever these plants are indigenous from. So for example, we get peppermint from Punjab, turmeric, Maharashtra, again, peppermint from Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. There's so many different areas that we're supporting these farmers within our own country to say that we're using the herbs and the plants and the trees that you're growing, and that's where we're sourcing them from. So this is just an example of the numbers and the lives that are impacted whenever you're buying a bottle of doTERRA's essential oil. This is just a world map of the sourcing, where if you want to just pause it, take a screenshot, zoom in, you're able to then see exactly where these oils are and where their sourcing comes from. So this is where we want to differentiate the typical process for sourcing essential oils, where there's usually a broker involved. Whereas with doTERRA, it is basically having it directly from the source, basically omitting out, and it's going directly from the distiller to the company. Then this is again where it is changing different lives. Everything is being impacted. Now, when we come into different ways to use the essential oils, you can use them aromatically. Aromatically affects you, it supports your family, it supports your animals, your pets, everything around you. This is where you can use it for cleansing the air, opening airways, affecting mood, mindset, in turn also supporting digestive systems. Internal use. This is again an optional area for everyone. Depending on your comfort level, you can use it internally in water, in your juices, in your smoothies, in your cooking, in veggie capsules, under your tongue. And we'll talk about certain essential oils later on as to how they're being used and why some of them are more important to be taken internally versus topically or aromatically. Then when we look at topical use, this is something that when we have used essential oils, or if you're using creams, lotions, hair oils, a lot of them are already infused with essential oils. The difference is you want to make sure that those essential oils are therapeutic and that they're actually supporting your skin, because when we look at our skin is our largest organ. This is where anything that's being applied to our skin affects our whole body, whether immediately or in the long term. So this is where, again, when you're applying something topical, you can apply it specifically near that organ or near that area. So for example, on your stomach, on your chest, different areas, or you can always apply it on the bottom of your feet, which is your bottom of your feet. The pores are the largest. So it's an amazing support to be using on the bottom of your feet that way. Now, one of the favorite oils for a lot, but it could also be the least favorite for some as well too, because lavender has been so overused. This is where the Latin name is Lavandula angustifolia. And this is where, when you're looking at different essential oils, we're going to put a little bit about the chemistry as well as about what their origin name is, because there's so many different types of lavender that you want to make sure that you're using the right lavender for what it's intended to support. So this is where lavender essential oil, for this lavender, the linalool and the linalool acetate chemical constituents are higher. So that's where it supports sleep. It eases feelings of tension. This is a great one where if you are getting a little bit anxious, to just open up the bottle, hold it in front of your nose, breathe, smell the aroma, and just kind of slow down your breathing and kind of come back in control of your breath as well. A couple different ways to use it. Some people like having eye pillows while they're asleep. Mist it onto your eye pillow, mist it onto your pillows, or make it as like a nighttime spray. Diffuse it before going to sleep, or apply it topically for any occasional skin irritations. This is a great one. Another way is also bug bites, to kind of do some of that itchiness after a bug bite. This is great. And then these are some different oils that it blends beautifully with. So lavender is a flower, a bud. So this is where ylang ylang, bergamot, cedarwood, those are all great ones to be using either in a diffuser and kind of mixing and matching as per your liking, or adding it topically and finding out what the benefits are for you. Then we have lemon essential oil. So lemon essential oil is sourced from Italy and Brazil. And this is where it uses the rind of the essential oil. And a couple different benefits for lemon essential oil is that it is uplifting, invigorating, and this is where lemon citrus oils, they have their limonene and pinene. So your pinene are your earthy grounding. Your pinene usually occur in your firs, like your Christmas trees is when you would typically have a lot of pinene. This is where lemon is a great essential oil to be combined with lemon, lavender, peppermint, to be used to support your respiratory. If you're having any of those seasonal allergies, this is a great one. Lemon is also good where you're having it for cleansing, digestive support, and that's where you can add a drop into your water, into a veggie capsule, or making your own little lozenges with it. Lemon is a great one, either adding it with a drop of jaggery or with honey, whatever you'd like to do. Being able to find and utilize each of these different oils in a different way. So again, kind of what we had gone over is how to use the essential oil. Now, some different ways to blend it: grapefruit, citrus, rosemary is a great one, ginger, lavender. And this is one where you can either, if you're making drinks or you're having guests over, you can either do like a salt rim or a sugar rim onto your cups. And this is a nice way to kind of just spruce it up and add that little je ne sais quoi into your drinks, where people are like, what is that? It's not exactly what I think it is, but that's where when you add like lavender into frostings or into cakes, it's something different, but it is something that is amazing. Now, peppermint oil, your mentha pepperita. So this one is sourced US as well as India. So India's sourcing for peppermint has just been started, I think, in the past couple years, where this is an amazing one where it's refreshing, uplifting. It has a lot of the menthol content and menthone. So this is where you can use it as a mouth freshener. You can use it as relieving any tension in your head. This is a great one, either adding it into like on your temples, back of neck. It's very cooling. So this is where, again, if you're out in the heat as well all day, this is a great one where you can mix it with a little bit of water into a spray bottle, give it a good shake, and spritz it around and just kind of help cool yourself down. That is a lot of peppermint tea. So this is one thing to just kind of be mindful of, where when you're using an essential oil, using a drop at a time or using a toothpick, dipping it in the oil, like dipping it in the orifice of the oil, twirling it, and then putting it into your drink. That way you're not overpowering your water or your drink, or however you're planning to use that essential oil. Tea tree. This is a great one where it's sourced again from Australia and Kenya. This is one where it is very purifying and clarifying. So the terpene for all the alpha and gamma terpenes, this is a great one when you're using it for your skincare, supportive of healthy skin, healthy nails. This is one where if you're doing your cuticles or if you're doing nail treatments, spas, salons, this is a great one to be using for tea tree. And this is one where you can use it by either blending it with eucalyptus, peppermint, or lavender. Tea tree and lavender are great support for any ear discomforts. Also for skin irritations, acne, it's a great one to be using as either like a spot treatment, or maybe either using the tea tree, or the is amazing for kind of just clearing up the skin as well too. It's also a great foot massage. Then we have frankincense. So this is sourced from Oman, Somaliland, and Ethiopia. So this is again where we are supporting farmers from all over the world to ensure that they are sustained correctly and that these oils are harvested correctly, as well as that they are not over harvested. So frankincense, this is an amazing one that everyone should have this in their home, whether it is 1 ml or 15 ml. This is one that is great for cellular rejuvenation, supporting a healthy immune function. This is when you're taking it internally. So internally for frankincense, the way that I like to do it is add a drop into the palm of my hand, dip my thumb in it, and then press my thumb in the roof of my mouth. The other way to do that is, again, adding it directly under your tongue or adding it into your water and taking it that way. And each person has a different preference. So find what works for you and then utilize the essential oil that way. This is a great one for meditation, daily tonic. This is where it is a great one for cleansing energies. Lemon is also very good. So frankincense and lemon are two completely different price points, but this is where lemon is also very good for healers that are wanting to cleanse out negative energies. Both of these oils are beautiful. So different ways to use it, adding it into skincare, adding it into your face oils or your face moisturizers, it just gives you that beautiful glow. And that's where it is amazing. You can add it into your massage, blend it with cedarwood, sandalwood, Siberian fir. This is where frankincense is already a very grounding essential oil, and it is very earthy and rooting. So this is where blending it with other ones can also be of benefit. So for example, if you're focusing on maybe your root chakra, this is a great one to be blending again with some of the sandalwood, some of the firs, some of the ones that have deeper roots into the earth. And that's kind of where you can relate the plant to the essential oil and how it interacts with our body. Oregano. I know so many people that have bought like the Healthy Start kit or the Healthy Habits kit and have oregano, and they've never once touched it. This is such a potent and important essential oil. And that's why it's in that top 10 oils. It's sourced from Turkey, where it is very cleansing, supportive. The carvacrol and the thymol are what is important. So thymol is an amazing one. Again, respiratory support, it is phenomenal. And this is a very hot oil. So for this essential oil, I recommend that if you are going to be using it, use it for 2 weeks, stop for a week or 2 weeks, and then restart it again if you're wanting to take it on a regular basis. This is great for just kind of supporting that respiratory internally. Again, since it is a hot oil, you can add it with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. You can add it with some olive oil. You can add it with any carrier oil or a fat and internally ingest it, or in a veggie capsule. So this is such an amazing, powerful antioxidant. Different ways to use it: meats and vegetables, marinating it, marinating your potatoes, sweet potatoes, oregano, rosemary, thyme. Those are all great essential oils to be using. For example, if you're making a pizza sauce, just dipping the toothpick in and then twirling it into the sauce will be enough. If you're finding that you're getting a drop, 2 drops, and it's too much because it can be overpowering, add it into your spoon first and then add it into your sauce. Because you don't want to be adding in too much, because adding in too much can make it quite bitter. This is one that blends really well with lemon, on guard, and rosemary. So a beautiful oil to have. Then Deep Blue. This is one where it is a blend. So doTERRA is an amazing company where they also come up with different blends where those are as important as some of the single oils. And when we say, okay, they have a blend, say, for example, this blend has wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. Some of the deep blue stick also now has copaiba added to it. So for example, if you say, okay, I love the benefit of copaiba and I also want frankincense, this is a great one where you can add those additional oils in the palm of your hand, into a glass bowl, into a steel bowl, however you'd like to use it to be able to support you so that you're getting the best support you need for your body. And that's where adding it into a massage, having that cooling, comforting, this is a great one. Pre and post workouts as well too. This is phenomenal. And this comes as both like an oil as well as a cream-based version. And then for other markets, they also have this stick. So the stick is amazing as well too. I love this stick because I can apply it on my husband and I don't have to get my hands dirty. The lazy massage. So the next one is how you're using it, add it into a carrier, massage it before bedtime, applying it to your legs, your lower back after a long day. And again, blends well with lavender, copaiba, helichrysum. Helichrysum is an essential oil that if you don't have it, again, this is a beautiful oil to have. We're not going to talk about it today as it's a little bit more of an advanced oil, but we will come back to it in one of our future sessions. Breathe. This is an amazing one. Again, clear, calm breathing. This is when, especially as the seasons are changing, it is an amazing support to be diffusing, or they also have the diffuser and the breathe bottle. This is a combination that is available, the Pebble diffuser and a 5 ml breathe that is available. And again, you can add in lemon, peppermint, serenity to just kind of amp it up a little bit. Or what you can do is they also have a breathe touch, which is a breathe roller bottle. That is also a great one, especially if you're going to travel with it, just applying it topically across the chest. It's a great way to use that. DigestZen. This is every Indian's household staple essential oil, is what I would say. Is if you're looking for an essential oil to start and see the effects of it within minutes, this is the oil to be using. Whether you're using it topically or whether you're using it internally, it's especially great for like little ones that might be getting a little car sick. This is a great one to be having. This is also a great one if you've eaten too much or you've eaten something that's upsetting your stomach. It has all of the herbs and spices that we typically have in our households: peppermint, coriander, ginger, caraway, cardamom, fennel, anise, tarragon. These are all of those beautiful oils combined in to kind of support, soothe, cool, calm that digestive system. So this is a great one to be having. And even if someone comes back to you and says, what is one oil that I should start with? I can't afford a whole kit of top 10. What is one oil? This is the oil that I would highly recommend, because digestion and emotional mind are very much combined. If someone is having emotional upsets, if someone is having emotional mood changes, a lot of them, DigestZen is a great one to start supporting the digestive system and the gut and the stomach. So this is a great one to start with. Different ways to use it, again, using 1 drop in 120 ml liquid for internal support, massaging it onto the abdominal. So this is where you can add it with a little bit of coconut oil, whatever oil you have, whatever lotion you might have at home, add a drop or two and just kind of apply it onto your stomach. This is a great one for a lot of Ayurvedics that do belly button massages. Your belly button is connected to so many nerves and senses all over your body. This is a great one to basically either maybe add with a little bit of ghee and massage your belly button with. This is perfect for that. Now, the last one that we're going to talk about today is On Guard. This was and still is my absolute favorite essential oil. Not everyone's favorite aromatically, but the effectiveness of it and the potency of it is, there's nothing that compares. Wild orange, clove, cinnamon leaf, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, rosemary. These are the oils that are contained in this. And this is where it has limonene, eugenol, cinnamonaldehyde, eucalyptol. This is where you're getting all of those beautiful essential oils and the chemical constituents. And that's where you're getting that immunity support. This is one for anyone that has autoimmune issues. This is not the oil for you. This is one that is supposed to support your immune system and will help boost it. So if you already have any autoimmune disorders, again, not the oil for you. Other alternatives that are amazing. Again, we have the kids blend, which is called Stronger. That's an amazing support as an alternative because that one has rose, lavender, frankincense, all of the gentle oils that will still be as effective without any side effects for it. Then different ways to use it, blending it with frankincense, eucalyptus, ginger. This is one of my favorite oils where I will either diffuse it by itself or even eucalyptus. I'll diffuse eucalyptus by itself. It's such a beautiful, sweet, aromatic profile. Now, just a couple safety guidelines and precautions. Always read the labels. Never put these essential oils in your ears, nose, and other sensitive areas. So for example, if someone comes to me and says, okay, but I want to use it to open up my nose and kind of help open up the airways, you can apply it over top of your nose, making sure you're avoiding your eyes and inside your nose, or apply it onto your chest. Your nose is still going to smell it and will still be as effective. Or make your own little inhaler. That's a great way to do that. Dilution. I always recommend dilute. It's able to be absorbed into your body a lot better, as well as it goes in a little deeper. Never dilute with water Water will increase your sensitivity for the essential oil. So for example, if you are wanting to amplify the effects of an essential oil, you can apply it onto your body and then go into a steamer or sauna where your pores will open up and it will soak in and make that effect a lot stronger, or post. However, if you're already sensitive to it, do not do that. Use as much carrier oil as you need to and use less is more. So you can apply more often throughout the day, but use less each time. And again, we've talked a little bit about the strong and the hot oils. For example, oregano is a very hot oil. Cinnamon, another hot oil. Sun sensitivity, your citrus oils, your lemon, lime, wild orange, bergamot, tangerine, those are all photosensitive oils. So just being mindful that you're not going to lap it up on your face and then go sunbathing. So just being mindful of that. Store the oils in a cool, dry place. Citrus oils, I recommend placing in your refrigerator, especially in India, because it is a hot climate. Citrus oils do tend to evaporate faster, even with the bottles closed. So storing them in your refrigerator is a great way to do that. Supervise your children if you are giving them essential oils or making roller bottles for them to use, because that is important. Just a little bit about the different icons for using the essential oils. When you get your essential oils for the first time, with the information card on the front will be in English, back will be in Hindi, and it will tell you whether it's A, T, I, N, D, or S, aromatic, topical, internal, neat, dilute, or sensitive. So just being mindful for those. So for the Indian market, doTERRA does have to have the labels slightly different, where for food grade essential oils, they do have to have the FSSAI certification. So that's where you'll see some essential oils will be sold under the internal category, and some essential oils will be sold under aromatic and topical. So just kind of being mindful of that, where you might say, okay, but this essential oil I've used internally before, but why doesn't it say that? Just because of the government regulations and how they have to label these essential oils. So just kind of being mindful of that. So kind of going to now basically being able to purchase your essential oils. There's so many different ways that you can purchase them. I also want to talk a little bit, I guess, before I come back to being able to purchase them, I want to give each of you the opportunity to also be able to generate an income with these essential oils. There's 5 different ways that you can earn from selling and sharing these essential oils across your friends, family, across your community, across your spas, salons, any people that you find this can benefit. Again, doTERRA's goal is to have a healer in each home. This is where it's so important for us to be able to take ownership of our own healthcare and our own decisions. So I'm not going to go into this in too much detail, but I will link a video above, which will go through this in more detail as to different ways that you can also earn with doTERRA. And this is where it's not something that you might have to do as a full-time business. You decide what you want to do with it, whether it's having your essential oils paid for, whether it is having a little bit of extra money to have someone come in and watch your kids so that you and your husband can go out, whether it's spending a day at the spa for yourself, whether it's going for a nature hike or a retreat. You get to choose what you want to do and how much you want to do, how much time you want to invest in this business, and where you want to take it forward. So going into now, I'll share a slide afterwards on how you can enroll. If someone has invited you into this class or share this link with you, go back to them. They will share their link with you on how to enroll and get started. If they are as a part of our team for Team Heal, basically they will be accessing all of the resources and offerings that we have to do and share with them, which also includes continuing education and ensuring you're supported in every way that you need to be supported to be able to utilize these essential oils safely and effectively. So if you haven't been invited by anyone to this link, or you've come across this, I will share my link at the end to kind of be able to go through and be able to register yourself and get started with the essential oils.